the return of a Canadian institution. Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling is back. Tell a friend. Sold out crowd shaking.
Welcome to the Thursday, March 6th edition of the Maurologue. We're kicking things off with a big shout out to pal of the pod, Nora the Explorer's significant other, dentist David the Goliath, also known as DDG, DDS, because if you're a dentist and don't throw some extra letters on your name, are you even doing it right? Why the love for the good doctor? Because today is National Dentist Day, a day to appreciate the heroes who remind us to floss, which we definitely do every single day, no need to check. The ones who somehow hold full conversations with us while we have 4 metal instruments, a suction hose, and half a liter of saliva in our mouths. So, whether you're overdue for a checkup or celebrating another year cavity-free, give your dentist a little extra appreciation today. After all, they deserve more than just a thumbs up while you're still waiting for the anesthesia to wear off. Regarding healthcare heroes, I did mention my pal Nora. She's a nurse, which makes this the perfect time to drop a bit of history. On this day in 1884, the first nursing school in the U.S. opened at Bellevue Hospital in New York City. A huge moment for medicine, and yet, I have to ask, why has Party City never sold sexy nurse costumes for men? I mean, if we're being inclusive, let's be inclusive. In other medical news, imagine getting powerful pain relief without the risk of addiction or feeling like you just took a trip to another dimension. Well, scientists at Washington University and Stanford may have cracked the code, creating a cannabis-inspired compound that soothes pain without the high. In mice, it worked like a charm, blocking pain signals outside the brain, so there's no euphoria, no withdrawals, just pure relief. Even better, unlike opioids, it keeps working. No tolerance buildup, no need for higher doses. Now they're working on an oral version for human trials. If this pans out, we could be looking at a real game changer. Finally, a painkiller that does its job without ruining lives. And while we're on the subject of life, it has a funny way of bringing people back together sometimes. And sometimes it even saves a life. Back in high school, Sean Moyer needed a last-minute prom date. Enter Elena Hershey, who was happy to step in. Fast forward 35 years, and Hershey stepped up again, this time donating a kidney to save Moyer's life. Thanks to the University of Pennsylvania Medical Center's Paired Exchange Program, her donation bumped Moyer to the top of the transplant list. From corsages to kidneys, talk about a full circle moment. And Hershey, she called it a no-brainer and was back hitting the gym a month later. That's a comeback story Hollywood would love. Speaking of which, a new study just crunched the numbers to find out which pop songs Hollywood just can't resist. Sitting at the top with 52 movie appearances, Montel Jordan's "This Is How We Do It." Because apparently this is always how we do it. And for scenes that require a little romantic energy, "Let's Get It On" by Marvin Gaye still reigns supreme with 38 appearances. Hollywood may swap out the actors, but when it comes to party anthems and seduction jams, some things never change. In other music news, Louis Capaldi just hit a major milestone. His 2019 heartbreak anthem, "Someone You Loved," has officially entered YouTube's Billion Views Club. That song was everywhere in 2019, spending 3 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. And now, years later, it's proof that Capaldi can write a sad song so powerful it makes even emotionally stable people feel like they just got dumped. From one art form to another, Michelangelo, yes, the actual Renaissance legend, was born on this day in 1475. And let's be real, the man was on another level. The Sistine Chapel? His work. The Statue of David? Also his work. The Orange Ninja Turtle? Okay, not him, but still iconic. Michelangelo was a painter, sculptor, architect, and poet. The dude was basically the original overachiever. And let's be honest, if he were alive today, he'd probably be dominating YouTube tutorials on how to paint a ceiling without messing up your back. March 6th is also Remember the Alamo Day, honoring the Texans who fought and fell in the legendary 1836 battle during the Texas Revolution. Now, I've actually been to the Alamo in San Antonio. It's a powerful, moving place. But remembering the Alamo is a lot harder when I spend most of my day just trying to remember where I put my phone. From historic battles to modern financial wars, the no-buy challenge. You remember this one? It took over TikTok last year, encouraging people to spend $0 on non-essentials for a whole year. And as expected, it failed faster than a New Year's gym resolution. Enter the low-buy challenge, a 2025 version that actually makes sense. Instead of saying no fun ever again, you set your own rules to cut back without going full hermit. And here's the kicker. Happiness expert Gretchen Rubin says that occasional indulgences actually help build better financial habits. So, skipping that $8 latte forever? Probably not necessary. But skipping it sometimes? That's the sweet spot. And finally, inquiring minds want to know, if two rabbits broke up after years together, would that be splitting hairs? Today's Maurologue comes from motivational speaker Norman Vincent Peale, who once said, "It's always too early to quit." Whether you're chasing a dream, pushing through a tough moment, or just trying to survive a Monday, remember, setbacks aren't stop signs, they're just part of the journey. And that's a wrap on the Maurologue. Like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, hold the door open for someone today. Stay strong, stay kind, and keep fighting the good fight.